Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so I'm getting this question a lot because I use Yufine a lot. And I know a lot of people, like her banner just ended, so a lot of people probably pulled her. If you're one of those people, congratulations. So I'm going to talk about her. I'm going to showcase her a bit and just give my thoughts on her, how I think she should be used, and all that stuff. So first, let's just preview her base stats here. Decent base speed. Her base defense is pretty low. Her base health is okay. Her base attack is awesome. She gets a little bonus crit and crit damage from her awakenings, which is nice to have. I'm not going to go preview her skills. You'll see her skills when I'm showcasing her. So, we looked at her base stats. I'm going to go and show you how I'm currently using her and how I have her built. And then I will bring her into Banshee and show you my one-shot comp, and I'll bring her into A11 and show you my A11 auto team. Right now, my Banshee team isn't set up to one-shot, but I can still set up a one-shot and show you guys how it works there. I'll just have to use a different team to set it up. Okay, so let's just go down here to her. There she is. So as you can see, she's S imprint. I've pulled several of her without ever pulling on her specific banner. Like, she's just one of the 5 stars that the game likes to give me, which I don't mind. Once she gets benefit from her own imprint, I think that'll be nice. I think if you're going to really invest into using her, this is the minimum for MOLA investment I think you should do. You should max out the S3 and get the cooldown in S2. The S1, bonus effect chance, bonus damage is always nice. But for what I use her for, I use her for S3. I want her S3 to kill. I'm not too worried about using her S1 as much. I'm not using her as a defense breaker. I'm using her for S3, so I think this is good for MOLA investment. And then this is her stats right now. She performs really well with these stats. She's, one short of 55 for PvE, because I use her in PvE in my auto hunts. I use her in PvP a lot. Her crit is a little bit low when I use her with Oxlots. If I'm going to use her with Oxlots, usually I'll do Iceria Tam, and I run that with Hellcutter. That being, like in Guild War, if I run Iceria Tam Yufine, Hellcutter actually gets 4 stacks. And if I get outsped by a Dizzy, that's 5 stacks, for example. So that's 20% attack, 20% crit, usually when I'm using her. If not, 16. So 16% attack on top of 16% crit gives her, about 97% crit. I would like to optimize that to be a little bit higher. I would like to probably put her on immunity. But usually I'm always running her with something that can cleanse her. So that's why I'm opting to not really use immunity on her. If you're going to position her on defense, you would want to build her a lot bulkier than this and probably go on a faster build. She's a very threatening unit on defense. But I think she shines a bit more on offense. There's just more defensive green units you can use, like Charles and Violet, if you have those. Viken is a good defensive green unit. Like most of the green damage dealers in the game that are bruiser-esque, thieves and warriors are pretty good in defense in Guild War. Arena, kind of. The meta kind of shifted, and I'm still filling out the arena meta. I have used Yufine on offense quite a bit. With the more popularity of Fallen Cecilia going around, she gets free 50% damage on her turn. So maybe I'll pop her into arena too. I don't want to sit here and talk too much. You get to see my stats. So let's go over to Banshee. I'm going to have to set up a different team comp here. So it's not going to be an auto one-shot, but you'll get the gist of it. My Charles is built slow on counter right now. If my Charles was a speed Charles still, then that's how I would run the team. I can run this team. Do I even have a team set up for this? I guess it's this one. No, that's Hell Raid. We'll just do this team here. And I'll set it up real quick. So Let's throw in Yufine. Don't need you in there. We'll throw in Iseria. And we'll throw in, I guess I could do Vivian. And this should work. I'm going to have to manual it, but that's not a big deal. Me check. Is it going to let me check? I'm going to need to put, I want to show A11 as well, so I need to go ahead and get Ayala's violin on Vivian, which it's on Dizzy right now. So I'll just go ahead and put it on her now, so I can just go over to A11 after this. I'm not even sure where Vivian's at. There she is. Okay, so we'll throw that on her. I think I'm good everywhere else, so we'll just set up the one shot here, so you can see how much damage she does in Banshee. I'll just leave Hellcutter on, that's fine. Normally, I would have this set up to auto, but I don't have the correct setup right now, so what we're going to do is just attack buff. We'll pop Yufine's S2 to cleave this first wave. Yeah, normally I would have, like, usually I'll swap out my Iseria's boots. I'll swap out Iseria's boots so she goes different in turn order. But usually I'll just have Charles go first into SS Bologna, and everything here will die. This might actually kill all of it. Yeah. So I might have actually been able to auto this. But I would have to have Iseria land the defense break. So yeah, basically Iseria just needs to land the defense break here. I don't think I need to land the target. But if I do, you know, it's nice. Okay, yeah, so we landed everything. I have a second chance to defense break and target with my SS Bologna here, too. Because usually, you know, I would have the full. So I got 10 stacks of Hellcutter. You see that, right? She didn't have to go, so she's got 100% crit and 40% extra attack power. So then she goes in the rotation on auto. And Banshee's dead. But I don't have the auto set up right now just because my Charles is built slow on counter. But normally I can auto this just fine. So that's how I use her in Banshee. I use her in an auto A11 team as well. If it'll load. Okay, see, I already have this team set up here. Yeah, I know little Tamarin's in there too. Pull for Tamarin. I guess you get to see a little bit of Tamarin and PvE here. So this is my auto A11 team with Yufine. She's actually, like her buff sped up my runs a lot. It's pretty nice. But usually how this is set up, like, I'll get Bologna's S3 here, and then she'll get an S2. Usually, like, Yufine will pop her S3 here, but everything will usually die before she uses her S2. And she gets to use her S2 on the boss and destroy the eggs. Like, you'll see how much damage she does to the eggs with her S2. But, if you guys haven't leveled up your Hellcutter, you really need to do it. It's actually an insane artifact. I'm tempted to start leveling up a second one, to be honest. It's actually pretty insane. After I do these runs, I'll go show the builds for the other units I use as well, just because people are probably going to ask. But there's nothing, super special about any of these builds. They're mostly built for PvP, because I use all these units in PvP. I don't use Vivian in PvP, I guess, but or I haven't tried. You'll see the damage here. And she hits like a train. So it pops the eggs. I like using Vivian here, but she, never gets good timing on her S2, it seems. And I haven't timed my run. I don't know exactly how fast it is. But it's not terribly slow. It does what I need it to do. The one downside of this team is that when SS Bologna uses her S3, usually I'll put 3 debuffs on the boss and she cleanses. But it's not really a big deal. Is it going to do enough damage? Yeah, it is. I don't even think Tamarin's going to get to transform. Oh, I guess she did. You might actually get to see some quote unquote big dick damage from Yufine here, because the defense break is up. Oh, she might land both of you. Yeah, the defense break is gone now. That's one downside to using her. But her S3 should be up again. And then Bug dies. So you can just imagine how hard she hits when defense break is actually there. So yeah, that's her in A11. She performs really well in here. With the right team comp, but she can be the anchor of your team. So let's go look into Arena. Did I get demoted yet? Nope. I really hate this Arena meta right now. Can I bring Yufine into any of these teams? Actually, yeah, I can bring Yufine here, so you can see how I use her in PvP. I'm sure most of you already have seen how I use her in PvP. So we'll just run... Instead of Luna, I'll just use Yufine here. Any day now.
I'll give you a rest.
So yeah, I use Ice Area Tam. It's kind of my go-to comp. Who do we want to smash? All these units are kind of annoying. I don't want Crow to S3 me. Charles is a problem. These teams are just annoying. There's no healer for the Crow. I think I can instantly kill 2 things. So here I just gotta figure out which ones I want to instantly kill. Pretty much, SS Bologna isn't too big of a problem, and neither is FCC. I think I'm just going to kill the Charles and kill the Crow. It's very likely that that Charles is squishier than the Crow. But there's Elbrus chance and counter chance, so I'm just going to defense break the Charles.
The Sword of Flowers. I think I'm going to faint. To my song. I'll do my best. Shine free.
Boost up here. Yufine can literally one-shot anything here, I'm pretty sure. No problem. But what we're going to do is we're just going to hit the defense break, because Shuri ignores defense anyways.
I'll do everything I can.
And then... Actually, that Crow seems like he has a lot of health. But I'm still going to delete him. I don't even want to deal with him.
I won't miss.
Because sometimes when Crow kills my Tamarin, it's just annoying.
And never get back on your feet.
Skill null. I really don't like leaving SS Bologna alive after the first turn. She's really strong on defense right now against Iceria Tam, I think. Mainly for these unhealables. See, like now, my Watcher Shuri is likely to die. Very likely to die from this counterattack here. Same with Iceria. My Iceria is tankier, but Watcher Shuri is probably dead. Well, maybe not.
Shine. Here. Don't worry.
They one-shot her with S1. Now he dies.
Listen to me sing. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's shine. I'll show you the dragon's power. Dare! On my word. You can't close your eyes. Let's see who's stronger.
So yeah, that's how you'd use her on offense. You could do other things, like if you have a Clurry, you can essentially do the same thing with Clurry that I did with Iceria there. Like you could do the same thing with Clurry and have a different attack buffer on your team. So that's another route you can do. But yeah, that's going to conclude this video, guys. I don't want it to drag on too long, but I wanted to show a couple different things for you guys to give you some ideas. I know you might not have some of the other units I have, and you probably don't have the gear I have to get the stats that I have, but, you know, reach for the clouds. Yeah. So if you have any ideas for team comps that you're thinking about using, you know, alternative units, you know, anything that I didn't help with here, drop it in the comments. I'll try and help you out still. But at the same time, if I did help you out with this video, if you like these kind of videos, I've been slacking on uploads, like I've been hella slacking. I want to try and get back into the routine of doing a video a day. It just sucks because my upload speed is so bad, it literally takes hours upon hours to upload. I will probably start this upload. Let me see what time it is now. It is 11:05 Eastern. So 11 Eastern, this video probably will not be up until... And today is Thursday. It probably will not be up until Friday around noon. It takes that long to upload. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the area that I live in now has really bad internet options. So, and as for, you know, I know people are complaining about my lag. I might get a new device. I might not. You know, it's just not a priority for me right now. I do want to get smoother gameplay for you guys, but, you know, like doing it on an emulator isn't really an option for me at the moment. It might be in the future, but I just have other stuff going on in life. So if you enjoy my content, despite the lag, you're the real MVP. If you like, I know, I don't know, I don't want to trigger you guys. So I appreciate you watching despite the shitty quality. You know, I'll do something about it eventually, but I can't, just pull a computer out of my ass. All right. So if you're new here, subscribe. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like the video, dislike it. How many people actually say that? If you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down. Let me know you didn't like it. That's fine. Do you, boo boo? Did I just quote Damone? I need to go to sleep. You guys have a good one. Later.